Hello students, in this session we will learn about the jumping loops in Java. Okay, so jumping statements are also called as a control statement because these jumping statements controls the execution of the program. So jumping statements are used for controlling the execution of program. So there are three jumping statements available in Java. Those are break, continue, and label loops. Okay, so this break can be included inside the any for loop. So whenever certain condition is executed, so if you include the break statement inside the for loop, so the execution of that particular for loop will be come outside. Okay, that the execution, the control of the execution will come outside the for loop. Okay, so whenever you include the continue statement inside any for loop, the iteration of that particular loop will again start from the beginning. So that is the continue. So for the label loop, so whenever you are working with the nested for loops, you can give a name to that for loops. That is nothing but there is a label loop. Okay, and next we will see one by one with an example. So first we will see the break statements in Java. So this break used for terminate the sequence of any looping statement, like it may be a switch loop, it may be a for loop, or it may be any do while loop, anything. Okay, so it is used to break the execution sequence. So here consider syntax of while loop. So while condition, so next we have set of statements. So here we have the setup statement. Next here we have the condition. So inside this condition, we have a break statement. Okay. So first the execution starts from the while. So if this condition satisfies, the control will go to the inside while. So inside this while loop, we have a if condition. If this if condition satisfies, after that we have break statement. So break statement means it will break the execution of program and the control will come outside this while loop. Okay, execution will come outside this while loop. So all the statements that are after this while loop will be executed. So next we have do loop, do while loop. So in do while loop, so first the statement will executed. After that we have if condition here. If this if condition is evaluated to true, next the control will come outside this do while loop. Okay, so this do while loop is nothing but it is an exit control loop. The condition will be checked at the end of the loop. Okay, once this condition is evaluated true, the control will come outside the while loop, do while loop. Okay, so here you can consider the same example for loop. Okay, the execution start from this for loop. Okay, next we have set of statement. After that we have a if condition here. If this if condition is evaluated to true, after that we have a break statement. This break statement means that the control of the execution will come outside this for loop. Same whenever you have a nested for loop, that situation also you can use the break condition. Okay, so here we have if condition. If this if condition is evaluated true, so this break statement will be executed. So this break statement will break the execution of the program and control will be transferred to the outside the inner for loop. Okay, so control will be transferred to this outside inner for loop. So whenever you want to break the execution of the program, you can include the break statement. Okay, here you can take a simple example. So here we created a class called break loop demo. So inside the main method, we created the for loop for I equal to 0, I is less than I plus plus. So here inside this for loop we have a condition. If I equal to 5. So whenever here we are displaying the values from 0 to 9. So it will display this particular program try to display the value from 0 to 9. And we also include a condition that whenever the value I value is equal to 5, so we need to break the sequence. It means that, so whenever I value is 5, the loop stops its execution. So after that we'll get the output as loop is complete. So initially I value is 0, so that 0 is less than 10. Next, inner condition we need to check 0 equal to 5. No, condition fails. So next, display the value. So it will print the I as 0. So next, increment the I value. Now I is 1. So 1 is less than 10. So 1 equal to 5? No. So this statement will not execute and print the value. And so on. Now I assume that the I value is 5. 5 is less than 10, condition satisfied. So now we have I equal to 5. So after that this condition is satisfied, and next it will execute the break statement. So it means that the execution will come outside the for loop, and it will display the output as loop complete. So it will, whenever you run this program, you will get the output as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and loop complete. So this is the output of this code. So we try to execute the same program using Eclipse IDE. So here first we will create the class. So right click, new class. So we name it as the yes, we require the main method. Select this and click on finish. Okay, so here first we create a for loop. I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. Okay, so here we will include the condition. If I equal to 5, next break. So otherwise we try to print the I value. System dot out dot println I is so you just save this and click on. So here after this for loop we can include one more statement. System dot out dot print. Okay, so save this program and click on run. So here you get I is 0, I is 1, I is 2, I is 3, I is 4. So whenever I equal to 5, so we have a break statement. So the control will come outside the for loop and it will display the output as loop complete. So this is the simple working of the break statement. Break statement is used to, so whenever you want to break the execution of the program, so use break statement. Okay. So we try to make it as 8. So now whenever the I value is 8, so control will come outside the for loop and it will display the loop complete. So you will get the output I is from 0 to 8. So run this. So here from 0 to 7 you will get the output. Okay, thank you students.